Hi, traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. Today is Wednesday, August 16th, just after 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, and silver. So let's go. All right, natural gas. This is the futures contract. In my last video, I said I think they're coming down in a diagonal format, but this became too impulsive now. So it's not a diagonal. I think what tripped me up, this turned out to be a contracting flat up here. I hate those because they start to look like diagonals, but all of a sudden they are not diagonal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's your correction: 1, 2, 3, and then I think this is all coming down. This was an ending diagonal, so I see this as a big 1, 2, 3, three-wave move, and I'm expecting now a three-wave move up. So I would think then that, well, like I've been saying, I think the E wave is in, and I think then that we're going to come and take the low out. So here's 1, 2, 3. I think this will be 1. And so I expect a correction up in three waves, some fashion, up into at least this area. At least it's got to come to 263. But I think probably more likely like 268 or even a little bit higher than that. Get a three-wave correction up and then resume back down for 3, 4, and 5. And we'll have to see then if this diagonal will be deep enough to take this out, or will this be an ending diagonal and hit the low, or is it just going to be a leading diagonal and then you get a much bigger correction before they resume down? So that remains to be seen. But yeah, I'm looking for a three-wave move up, at least into this area, and then resume back down. That's assuming that this ending diagonal is done. Oil. Okay, so oil keeps coming down, and I thought that when they came to here, I thought they were going to reverse, because then that'd be just a perfect looking running flat. But they didn't. I was thinking maybe somehow that this would be an ending diagonal, even though it doesn't look like an ending diagonal to me down to here. But that was a perfect place for it to end, but they didn't. So I think this is more looking to me like kind of like a running flat in here. So like 1, 2, but then you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 waves, and so far we'd have 1, 2, and 3. So that's why I think they're going to correct, and then still come back down one more time to give you a 5-wave move. And so I'm expecting that 5-wave move to complete this big expanding flat correction. But I kind of don't like the look. It's like a little bit too big of an expanding flat. So I want to see. So first I'm looking for a 3-wave move up, not very big, come back, break that low that they set today. And then from there, you'd have 5 waves. So I think it's then in a position to go back up and break the top, but I want to watch, because if it's just a 3-wave correction and then they come back down, then this isn't an expanding flat. And oil could be making a much bigger correction. So yeah, let's see how this plays. So yeah, I would not be a seller here. I'd actually kind of wait though to even be a buyer, because I think there's still one more wave down after the little 3-wave correction up down. But once they do give you that 3-wave correction and then they break the 79.05 low, then at least you'll get a big 3-wave correction. So and that'd be very tradable. But when it gets back up into, I don't know, 80, low 80s, 82-ish, that's where you'd have to be careful if they're going to come back down or not. So let's first see that this plays out. Give a three-wave correction up and one more down. Copper. All right, so copper, kind of like oil, it's kind of getting a little bit too extreme to be an expanding flat, because I thought this was, you know, impulse up, three-wave down, then three-wave here, and I thought they would come and just kind of break that low and then go up. But as I see it, I don't even think that copper's done yet. Like when I try to count the little microwaves here, we're in the fifth wave, but this fifth wave doesn't even look done. It looks like that's one, that's two, came down here for three. I think they need to go up one more time for, little waves and break that low that they set today for a five. So, just like oil, I wouldn't be selling here. Not, you've got five waves, but I think this fifth wave might actually push down a little bit farther. So I'd only be a buyer, but I'd only be a buyer if they correct a little bit up and then break that 3642. Once they break that, then I'd be looking for a buy setup, because even if this isn't going to be an expanding flat, this whole thing should give a pretty decent size correction. Very tradable. Gold. All right, so gold did finally break that low. So, I thought that all the correction was in and they were in a position to go up, but what they did is just made a really big 1, 2, 3 wave to there for like A, and then a 1, 2, 3 wave move up to there for B, and then this is all ending diagonal. So now that they've broken the low, you don't have a buy setup really yet. I mean, there hasn't been any, they haven't broken any of these highs, but I mean, now that they've broken it, I mean, I see this as, 335 correction, and I mean, the next stop, could be, I mean, not in a straight line, but they could be coming up to take out this high. Now, this correction could become much more complex, and this is just a W, and then they'll go up three ways for an X and still come back down for a Y if they want to create a really complex correction. But gold is in a position now that they've broken the low that it could be reversing at any point, and at least going to give you, a big three wave X wave. I mean, it'll be bigger than these corrections down here. So gold too, just like oil and copper, is in a position where now that they've broken this low, you're going to get at least a very tradable three wave move up, if not total upside. So I'll only be looking to buy gold. Silver. Okay, so silver didn't break the low like gold, and so we had three waves down to there, and then three there, and then five waves there. So that's why I've been saying silver's in a position where this was all the correction, 335. But so far coming up, we only have a 1, 2, 3 wave move. So, this could have been W, this three wave could have been X, and now they're going to come down in three waves for the Y to break that. So just like all the others, I would, selling here just doesn't make any sense. I mean, because this could be right here, could be 1, 2, and then ending diagonal down to there for three waves. So you could have three up, and that could be one, and then a real deep three wave for two, and now they're going to come up, in some fashion. Well, it's going to be three waves in some fashion, break that top, and that'll be three. So selling here, I mean, even if you're just against silver, a bear, I mean, once it breaks this low, then this would probably turn out to be a five-way move, and the silver could be then reversing pretty hard. So I wouldn't be a buyer of silver until they break this high, 22.78. But if they do come and break that low, that's going to be a perfect somewhere down here to start looking for buy setups. So like most of these commodities, I think they're all nearing, if not have hit a spot where they're going to be reversing. So a lot of buy opportunities, I think, in the commodities. All right, that's what I see. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Good luck. See you in the next video.